Welcome back to Ellyn with a Y goes live Tuesdays at 10. Thank you so much for joining me. We have a jam-packed show for you today. I am so excited. We have an incredible special guest here with me today, Melissa Cesarano. Is that how you pronounce it? Hey! From one crazy last name to another. So we have so much to discuss and so much to go over. I'm so excited that you're here. I am going to dive right in because we have a lot of hot topics to talk about. There are so many pregnant people and so many people having babies right now. It's kind of out of control. Meghan Markle and Harry had a baby boy. Congratulations, so happy for you. Amy Schumer and her husband, they just had a baby as well, a baby boy. Kim Kardashian West and Kanye are currently waiting for their baby to arrive via surrogate. Then we also have a lot of other people on Baby Watch now. We've got Blake Lively on Baby Watch, Keira Knightley on Baby Watch. It's like, this is like the time for babies. It's kind of crazy. So that's the baby news, and we're just going through that pretty quick because there is a lot to unpack about the Met Gala. So first of all, let's explain what the Met Gala is, because I worked at Vogue for 2 years and I couldn't really articulate to people what the Met Gala is. So this is a fundraiser for the Met that is then kicks off with the Fashion Institute's exhibit, and this exhibit is camp, and camp can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I think from what I understand, it's over the top and extravagant and fun and like not fashionable fashion. So let's get into it now that everyone knows what it is, because nobody knows what it is. It's literally this, it's like an award show. So you're watching this red carpet, right? Or pink carpet, as the case may be for the Met. You're watching this red carpet, you tuned into E, who are you wearing, what's the style, da-da-da. And then for every other show that we see a red carpet for, then we go inside and we get the payoff of these awards and celebrities interacting and fun times. This is like the most unsatisfactory red carpet because after it's over, it's just over. That's it. I don't get to see inside. I don't get to know. I'm just like a hound on the internet searching through people who are there. People I know, people celebrities. I'm like, oh, well, I know the girl who does PR, so I know her, so I'm gonna follow her Instagram. And then so now I see somebody else who's on the inside who's public, so I can watch their Instagram. It's exhausting. This is like the first year where I was kind of like, nah, I'll catch the highlights on Tuesday morning. I just really wasn't leaned in. However, I do have some favorite looks. So I just want to go over a couple of the looks from the pink carpet. First being my girl, Casey Musgraves, who I love so very much. She went in, I believe this is Moschino, and she looks like she's kind of like riffing off of Barbie, but I don't think that they could say Barbie, so they just said like, a doll. Gotta have the rights. So she looks cute. She like did her hair blonde and stuff. I thought that it was like pretty campy because like you really would never wear this otherwise. And then Zendaya, she went on the red carpet with this really cool like grayed out like Cinderella dress, and then had her stylist fairy godmother do this kind of like whoosh whoosh thing, and the dress went from kind of being gray and small, and it actually like expanded and then it lit up. So that was really cool. I thought the theatrics of it were pretty interesting. From a photograph perspective, it doesn't look as great. I think that people choose to either go theatrical and have their outfit be like it's a moment, like Lady Gaga. She had like 4 outfits that she like went and took all the layers off, or you go the route of it photographs well. So I think that this just was a really cool moment. And then the last look that really tripped me out was Ezra Miller wearing like 15 sets of eyes on his face. And literally just looking at this photo, I feel some type of way inside. I feel like, I don't know if it's anxiety. Am I getting a headache? Am I freaking out a little bit? I heard someone say earlier, he is the true 3-eyed raven from Game of Thrones. I love it because it's just so out there. But also, like, I can't look at it for too long. It really, like, you have to really zero in on his eyes, and it's hard. So go away. I don't want to look at you anymore. There you go. So those are kind of, like, my favorite looks from the pink carpet. Something that I was talking about earlier, I like the Met because because we can't see inside, I guess that's part of it, is that because you can't see inside, you can't see how these celebrities interact with each other. And there's so much drama in between all these celebrities. So I was just remembering all the people who've dated before, and now they're all at the same event. So you've got Joe Jonas with his new bride, Sophie Turner, and then Gigi Hadid is there. They used to date. They used to be an item. Hopefully they ended on good terms. And then you have Harry Styles, who is co-hosting the event, which I'm not really sure what the point of co-host is, but he was co-hosting with Lady Gaga and Serena Williams. And then so he's there, and Kendall Jenner was there. And so Harry Styles and Kendall Jenner are rumored to have smashed a couple of times. So they were there together. Wonder what goes on there. And then also another awkward interaction is Nicki Minaj was there, and so was Cardi B. I'm not sure if it was the last time they interacted, but they were at a fashion party during Fashion Week, and that's when they got into a physical altercation that resulted in, I believe, a welt on Cardi B's face. I just find it fascinating that all of these people, it's like all walks of life, it's fashion influencers, it's beauty people, it's models, it's musicians, it's actors, it's like all of these people joined together in this one location, and like awkward interactions be damned, like everyone just is together. And we don't know what else goes on. They eat dinner, they see a performance by Cher, they take pictures in the bathroom. That's it. I would like to see inside, but also then the mystery is gone. So whatever. So that is our hot topic segment. And now I'm going to move into our what to watch segment of the show. So I finally had a weekend here in my apartment where I could just be the true power watcher that I am. And I consumed copious amounts of entertainment from Hulu and Netflix. I watched a show called Ramy. It's on Hulu. It's in its first season, and it's about a first-generation Egyptian American who is like caught between his like Muslim community and identity, as well as being a millennial in America. It is so good. It's featuring, the lead guy's name is Ramy Youssef, and he's beautiful. I mean, I'll just preface with he's gorgeous. But it is such an interesting show just to see not only like how he sees the world and what he's going through, but then there's also a couple episodes. So there's one episode shot like from the perspective of him at like the age of maybe 12 on 9/11 and what that was like, and it's based in New Jersey as well, so what that was like. And then also there's an episode shot from the point of view of his sister and how she's treated very, very differently in the household, and it kind of paints him in a different light. It is such a good show. It's so fascinating. People are kind of comparing it to like Master of None in the way that the storytelling and different types of episodes unfold. It's really, really, really good. I hope it gets picked up for a second season. So if anyone hasn't watched it and has an interest, please do, because we need more people to watch it so that I can have a season 2. So that's Ramy. Moving into our food for thought segment about small things. I like small things. I like these tiny things. And when I say tiny things, like I used to collect, this is so embarrassing. I used to collect these little tiny glass turtles when I was little, to the point where like people would gift them to me, and I had like this little glass turtle menagerie in my room. Are you like, what's wrong with you? I know. What does it mean? Oh my God. Melissa's gonna like therapize me and be like, so let's unpack that. So I had this little tiny glass turtle collection, and then I had this little tiny baby tea set, and I had little Polly Pockets, and I don't know what it is, but I just really love like anything that comes in miniature, like in a hotel when you get like a Tabasco sauce or a small ketchup. I'm like, it's so cute. It's so sweet. I don't know why I like small things so much. I also am obsessed with like Marcel the Shell, that YouTube video. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it. I'm not sure where it comes from. So I was doing a little bit of reading about it, and I'm reticent to say that I agree with this article that liking small things has something to do with control. Melissa's like, cognitive science. It has something to do with control, which the Virgo Libra in me craves balance and order and control in what oh my God, that's so funny that it does have to do with control. God damn it. I'm not a control. Okay, I don't think I'm a control. Okay, no, let's not go there. This isn't a therapy session, okay? I'm just telling a funny story. maybe I do like to have a little bit of control in certain situations. And maybe that's what the tiny things reveals. But I really just think they're so cute. There's these Instagram accounts that have all these tiny little like food things. I'm like very clear on what I like. I like exclusively like small, tiny things. Anything that's like itty bitty, but not a dollhouse. That's creepy. It's crazy. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with small things, and I'm wondering if anyone else is obsessed with small things as well. Let me know. So that is food for thought, and that brings us into the guest portion of our show. So I would like to invite a good friend, Melissa Cesarano, at Melissa_Cesarano, on to the show. Come on in. Yes!
This is my homage to camp.
Yes.
I'm channeling Ezra Miller.
Oh my god, too many eyes. I know. So many eyes.
No, I mean, the truth is that I forgot to take my allergy medicine today.
Yeah.
So my eyes are super red. I did not smoke 3 bowls before this show.
You promised, like, I promise.
I promise.
No, Melissa comes to us from teaching a class at Columbia.
Yes,
yes.
I do.
So Melissa is probably one of the most educated people I know, most highly educated individuals. Let's explain how we know each other.
Yes, so I grew up in a very small town named Floral Park, and I had this group of very best friends, and they're still my very best friends. And in particular, I have this one best friend named Ellyn and Young, and it is through her that we have created this bond, this friendship, and we both love comedy. Mm-hmm. We're performers, obviously. Performers.
That's how we know each other.
Yeah.
So thanks, Lynn.
Thanks, Lynn. We love you.
Love you. So I would go to your like comedy shows that you would put on. Mm-hmm, so with your, would you call it a troupe? What would you call the crew?
Yeah, so I've been doing improv and sketch comedy for about 10 years, but the show that you came to see was a sketch comedy show with a group that I have called Laundry Day.
Yes. I still tell people about the Peeps skit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah, it's one of my...
all together.
It's a really dark sketch, actually. It's about... Okay, you know that, like, candy Peeps that they sell around Easter? Mm-hmm. And so you have the Peeps, we anthropomorphize them, and they're like singing, and it's happy, and then a kid just starts ripping off the Peeps, and they start dying, and this is what the sketch is about. It's very existential, but,
you know. The lens of like a Peep being ripped apart.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that one.
Thank you.
So I think it's really interesting that you are a performer, a writer, a comedian, and then you also, this is what I was talking about, you're probably the most educated person I know in a very, very interesting field. Can you explain what degrees you have and what it is that you have, like what you do?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I have an undergrad degree in cognitive neuroscience. I minored in poetry and I studied theater. And then I have 2 master's degrees, one in philosophy, one in education, and then I have a PhD in cognitive science.
I'm telling you, you are literally the most educated person I know. One of my best friends is a doctor. And, like, that's a lot of education. It's a lot of schooling. But, like, you have a lot of degrees.
I do. I just collect them in my back pocket. Somehow I come across them. No, I've had a lot of support. Friends, family have been there to support me, and I just love learning. It's always been a thing, so.
When you say neuroscience, cognitive science, can you explain a little bit about what that is? It is fascinating.
Sure, yeah. So, cognitive science is a study of consciousness, brain, the mind, particularly cognitive processes like memory, working memory, attention, executive functioning, emotions, through various different disciplines. So as an undergrad, I had to learn neuroscience, I had to learn philosophy and psychology and artificial intelligence. So all of these fields combined, kind of looking at this frontier of human consciousness and the mind.
I love it. We were talking before the show started just about like, there's like this collective consciousness, like our culture is kind of waking up to a new consciousness, and how kids need to really learn how to handle their emotions. And so pitched and are now teaching a class at Columbia.
Yeah.
And it's about that.
Yes. So I created and teach a class at Columbia based on my research. It's called The Cognition of Social Emotional Learning. It's quite a mouthful. But basically it's about the cognitive processes of how our emotions function in the mind and body, and how to teach that across the lifespan. So how to teach that to kids and adolescents and also adults, because we're still learning. We're always a work in progress.
Always.
But I was telling Ellyn that, I think one of the faults of education system has been that we don't prioritize learning about our emotions, and yet they're the common denominator. They are what unify us. We all have emotions, and so the hope is that through my class and through my company and research, there's this paradigm shift in education, but also in society, where we value understanding that our emotions are adaptive, and they carry important information about what's meaningful to us.
I love it. And so you also have a company.
Yes.
That you started.
Yes.
Based on this.
A tech company. So I am creating an app that uses the language arts curriculum that's normally taught in schools to teach the cognitive principles of emotion. So imagine learning emotion regulation strategies from Jay Gatsby, or Jane Eyre, or from Romeo and Juliet, and then eventually we want to use TV and film. So, learning about your emotions from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Or Sex Education, or all the cool shows.
Ooh, I love that show.
Yeah, Aria teaching us about our emotions. So eventually that's kind of a pipeline dream, because access to that content is, it's not easy to get access.
Easy, right?
But so we're starting with it's based in narrative, but we're starting with the language arts curriculum.
Because the human brain kind of processes stories and storytelling, I feel like.
Exactly.
And that's how you're delivering the education about emotions and how to regulate.
Exactly. So if you think about it, the way we learn about emotions, not in a formal schooling way, is by talking to people, by living life. And what reflects that more than narrative? Through literature, film, and TV. And so this is kind of why I'm an actor and a comedian and also a cognitive scientist, because the worlds collide.
They all work together really
well.
So how did you kind of lock into neuroscience and cognitive science? How did that come to pass? Was it a class in high school, or?
My high school friends are probably laughing right now. So I've always been quite the philosopher, poet. In college, I actually took a freshman seminar course on the cognition of music. And so how music functions in the brain, and kind of the evolutionary traces of, our understanding of music and how that's evolved. And so that from there, I really became interested in cognitive science. And then in undergrad, I got into an all-female sketch comedy group, and I would see how all of the things I would learn from my cognitive science textbooks were relevant on the stage. Wow. And when I was interacting with other people and trying to make people laugh. So yeah.
Get out of
Knowledge
here.
Is power.
Knowledge
is power to make people laugh.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You're what if you were became the most well-educated doctor, this is so cheese, but doctor of comedy.
I would love to create a field where you can get your doctorate in comedy. Let's do it.
I would do that. I would take that class.
Yeah.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that's what I find so interesting, is that you really kind of have this duality, but it actually makes a lot of sense together. Mm-hmm. In that comedy and acting and portrayal of emotions, really. But that's literally what you've studied.
Yeah, when you're a comedian, you have to be really good at observing humans and observing and understanding yourself. And really, you have to be good at understanding where emotions come from, what kind of needs and desires and kind of beliefs emotions stem from. Yeah. And from there, that's how you become a really great actor. That's how you become a really great comedian, is really getting to the meat of the human psyche,
I want to watch you watch a show now and see what your thoughts are on the way that people are portraying
Well, in the app, the cool thing is I'm hoping that my app we can use like the actual actors explaining like, oh, this is what I felt in this moment and why, and like why directors wrote certain scenes a certain way, and like how that kind of affected the narrative emotionally. So
oh my god, I love that. Okay, well, we'll let everyone know when the app is like launched. We're having a party, or we're doing something. We'll make a big deal out of it.
Yeah,
big celebration.
We can do an improv show.
Yeah. We'll do an improv show, a little or like attempted stand up.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna. Am I?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of spilling the beans here, but so Ellyn and I are both gonna try stand up together for the first time.
Yes.
Who wants to come?
Who's gonna come?
Yeah, we're hoping sometime in June or July.
Yes.
Basically, we are not gonna go for telling jokes. We're gonna go for telling stories.
Yes.
Because we're great storytellers.
Yeah. Anyone who like knows me knows I like go into these long, like rambled stories that are. I hope everyone's laughing and find them funny. So
we do.
Oh, thanks. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Well, so we'll share the details when we kind of like determine where and exactly when. But yeah, I think that's a fun next step.
Yeah.
Always evolving, always trying new stuff.
We're gonna encourage each other because women empower women. Yeah.
So if you are in the mood for laughter and you can't wait until our stand-up, we've got a game. I know everyone gets very excited when we play games. We are bringing back Screw, Marry, Kill this week.
Oh, wow.
Screw, Marry, Kill.
I'm excited.
And we don't do it with people.
Sex positivity.
Yes. So it was kind of raining and gross earlier, so this just kind of came to me.
Okay.
Screw, marry, kill.
Okay.
Rain boots.
Oh.
Raincoat.
Oh.
Umbrella.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I would marry umbrella.
Okay.
Because I feel like in terms of coverage, like umbrella's just got you. You know, umbrella's got you. I would
I know it's tough.
I kind of wanna have sex with both rain boots and rain jacket because like rubber, you know, that's like a fetish thing. So yeah, for those that are into rubber and latex, am I giving away too much here? So
I love it.
I'm going to say kill rain jacket because I feel like your feet need to be dry, and then your head needs to be dry, so I can survive without a rain jacket.
Yeah.
But I really need the full coverage of the umbrella, and then the rubber of those boots. I'm just gonna end it there.
If you walk with an umbrella and you walk with the boots on, you're kind of good.
Yeah, you're set. So then like rain jacket's like, and a rain jacket covers up your look. So like we're talking fashion here.
You're right. It covers your look.
It covers up the look, and if you're in New York City, like you gotta present.
Okay, so I would marry umbrella.
Kinky
obviously.
boots. Okay.
Kinky boots. Yeah. Okay, I would marry
umbrella.
umbrella.
Okay.
Okay, I was going. The common sense in me says to like screw the rain boots and kill the coat, but
okay. Ooh.
Alternate take.
Ooh.
If the raincoat is big enough, there might be some action that could go on underneath the raincoat.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like, screw the raincoat and kill the rain boots because, like, jumping in puddles is fun. Like, let's be kids again, not in the
really
city.
fun. And then I guess, like, having
city.
sex under a raincoat is kind of like having sex in a tent.
Yeah,
like kind of fun.
It's kind of fun, kind of like risque, kind of like in public.
Yeah,
could be kind of like fun and fresh.
Maybe a little illegal.
Yeah,
who knows?
Exactly. Okay, so that's what I would do.
This is a fun game.
Yeah, it's fun. Right? So now we're moving in to the second half of the game.
Ooh.
Next topic: screw, marry, kill, emojis, gifs, or screenshotting. So when you're in a text conversation, what are your go-tos, right? So do you go to emojis? Do you use gifs a lot? Or do you screenshot a lot of stuff and send that to people?
See, I feel like
it's tough.
There's a tension here because there's like the practicality and then there's like my true desires.
My true
self. Let's see. I think
like what you pick reveals you're also a control freak like me.
Yeah, I mean like the small they're all small things.
All small things.
Yeah, okay. You are choosing the questions here, so.
Oh Oh my god. Like just like low-key controlling the whole thing that's happening right now.
Emojis are go-to, right? They help us convey our emotions. They convey information. There's so many of them to choose from. I love that emojis now, like, you can change like skin color, and like that's so cool. There's diversity, like even family dynamics. There's like 2 dads and a baby. Like I'm gonna marry emojis. I'm gonna marry emojis.
I totally get that.
This is where it gets hard again. I feel like there's always an obvious answer, and then it just gets really tricky. If it was out of practicality, I would say I would screw screenshots, because I do that all the time. Like I send screenshots all the time, especially of like Game of Thrones memes recently. But you know, I have a thing for GIFs. I like that they're animated. There's something whimsical about that. For me, and so I'm going to have sex with the animated thing, and I'm going to kill the screenshot.
Kill the screenshot? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. The emojis, like there's just so much. I use them all the time. I feel like that is a marriage.
It's a marriage.
I feel like that's
There's
a marriage.
commitment.
I get more joy from GIFs though. Like, if we were Marie Kondoing this list, I get more joy from GIFs than anything else.
Does it spark joy? If not, throw the whole thing out.
I screenshot so much. All right, let's just go. I'm going to marry emojis.
Yes.
I am going to screw GIFs, and I'm going to kill screenshots as well. Maybe screenshots don't need to exist anymore.
Maybe they don't. And I think there's something really sexy about GIFs. I don't know. Maybe it's because they move. They're
fun. They can like do so many different emotions that, like, you know, it could be kind of hot. Okay, so that is our game. Thank you all for playing. Thank you for playing.
Of course, that was so fun.
That moves us into our final segment of the show, the Noah CENTINEO news.
Yeah, he's cute.
He's so cute. I have a theory. I have a conspiracy theory, guys. So Noah has been posting a lot of pictures from being on set of To All the Boys 2. And he noticed that he has a hair tie around his finger. Like a hair tie, like a brown hair tie that I use to put my hair up. First of all, the way he puts it around his finger, I also wear my hair ties that way, so it's so cute. But he doesn't have long enough hair for a hair tie. And then he posted a photo and called it hair tie. So is there a girl in his life that he's trying to subtly call out without having to say anything? And like, baby, whenever you see me in photos with this hair tie, just know I'm thinking of you. First of all, vomit. That we have to hide our relationships because your PR team is probably like, do not come out public with your relationship. Second of all, heartbroken in the Paleo household. I'll be so happy for him, but I'll also be so devastated. I'm like the reason why his PR team won't let him come out and say he's in a relationship. I'll still love you. I'll still support you. True love is when, you know, you can love them through anything. So I have a theory that he's dating someone and the hair tie thing is like their secret way of connecting.
It's actually it's a very, like, you really thought this through. I'm very impressed.
His birthday's coming up, so we'll have a celebratory episode for that. So that is the show, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Melissa, thank you so much for coming on.
You're so welcome. This is amazing.
Thank you for coming on.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you. You know, I hope this brings you a little bit of joy and a little bit of laughter because we could all use a little bit more of that in this life. And
preach.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Thanks so much, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching. To subscribe to my YouTube channel, click here. And to watch more videos, click here. Thanks.
Choosing